What's up everybody, this is Alex Yu and you're watching the Rage and Rona Review Transformers Reboot Edition. Now I'm talking about the reboot again, but then I want to go off on a tangent a little bit. Next year we're getting all these movies from these superhero genres. For example, all these Marvel characters, DC characters, and then we get these superhero teams, and then the superhero teams get their own spin-off movies. So that really made me think, can Transformers actually play out like Marvel? For example, you have X-Men, the movie, which consists of the entire team, but then you have Wolverine, and then you have Deadpool having his own movie, and then you have all these other spin-offs like Daredevil, and then you had the Elektra spin-off, and Catwoman had a spin-off from DC Comics. So I was just thinking, could Transformers work if it played out like a bunch of spin-off movies? Like you have your Transformers movie as a whole, like as the entire team, Autobots versus Decepticons, but you know, in the Transformers comics, I know that they would have like the Dinobot stories, or the Starscream stories. Like Starscream has his own story, right? Or Ironhide's story, or you know, things like that. Could Transformers work as just like individual robot spin-off movies? First of all, you can make more movies, but the thing about that is that ILM will have more work on their hands, because they gotta make let's say it's like the Ironhide stories, right? So you gotta make Ironhide, and maybe you gotta get a couple of other characters, and most likely he will have to face off his own nemesis. It won't be Megatron, but it'll be another nemesis, like Soundwave or something. But then another thing is that you gotta make it have some sort of continuity with the overall main Transformers movies, right? So for me, I don't think it would work, but I thought it would be like an interesting question for some fans who would think that it might work, or if they wanted to see the movies play out like comic books, because the comic books do have their own stories. However, they don't have to really worry about continuity. And I know they do the same thing with Star Wars as well, because you have your Boba Fett stories and your Han Solo and Chewbacca stories, right? So I wonder if that could work with Transformers. And I also thinking, why shouldn't it work with Transformers? I mean, technically it is the same sort of idea, like Star Wars, Marvel superheroes, Transformers. It's a franchise made up with all these different characters that could potentially have their own sub-stories. But I just think the reason why it won't work is because of people really care about continuity, and also another thing is that it's expensive. It's easier to make spin-off stories for Star Wars and Marvel superheroes because you're dealing with a human. It's an actor. But it's a lot difficult dealing with a CG robot model. In my opinion, that is the only obstruction that is preventing the Transformers franchises from having their own separate spin-off character stories. I personally don't want to see it happen, but if it did happen, of course I'm going to watch it. But I'd rather them focus their time and money into a big, you know, the next movie, which involves a complete set of characters. Anyways, what do you think about Transformers spin-off movies? Let me know in the comments section below. This is a really interesting topic. This is Alex Yu, and thanks for watching the Rage and Rona Review. Peace.